Okay, welcome back to Virginia this morning. There is nothing like waking up to the smell of aromatic coffee, a little Java in your cup. Well, August is National Coffee Month, and we wanted to end the month with a cup or two. Drew Miller and Jake Hansen from Blanchard's Coffee Roasting Company. They are here with a couple of special blends, and we welcome them to the Virginia This Morning kitchen. Jake, great to see you. Drew, thanks for coming in.
Happy to be here.
Okay, are all coffees created equally, Jake?
Not necessarily. So we have a coffee here that's from Nicaragua, from Finca San Jose de las Nubes. We work directly with Bayardo Reyes. He's the farmer there. So we bring in actually 3 separate lots of an overall farm. So what we have right here is going to be a small lot from his farm. Outstanding cup of coffee.
How much does he take this seriously?
He takes it very seriously.
I bet.
Yes.
This is his livelihood.
It is. It is.
Typically, how long do these coffee beans tend to grow?
It takes about a little less than a year to be into harvest. And there's different harvesting seasons globally. So not all coffee is picked all at once all around the world. There's different harvesting seasons.
Drew, it's very sustainable, too, what you guys are doing as well.
Absolutely, and I think these coffees are really great examples of that, where we're working directly with farmers in Nicaragua, farmers in Kenya, and really all over the world, where we're getting some of the freshest, best coffees and the most sustainable coffees.
Speaking of freshest, best coffee, let's make some.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm brewing a Kenyan coffee, and Jake's going to be brewing the Nicaraguan coffee. So
you guys are serious, because this is like a digital scale right here, right? Look at that.
We take it very seriously.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've weighed out 30 grams of coffee, and so I'm going to put it over here into my grinder.
So this will make 1 cup.
Exactly.
Okay.
Actually, it'll make about 3 or 4 cups.
Oh, really?
Yes, just a little pot.
That amount.
Exactly.
Okay.
So turn this on.
And why should somebody at home have a grinder?
There's a couple reasons. So your coffee is going to be freshest immediately after it's ground. So getting it whole bean in the bags here is going to be the best case scenario for you as a consumer. You lose as aromatic scents and fragrances. You lose that about 30 minutes after you grind your coffee, and the flavor starts to change. It's not going to taste as fresh 30 minutes after you grind your coffee.
Exactly. You can give that a smell.
Oh, that is heaven.
Right?
Heaven in a container right there.
Right.
So the coffee that I have in my big plastic container at home has been probably sitting there
a little too long.
A little too long.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You preferably want to get it whole bean and then grind it at home.
How about what do you say to the people, Drew, at home that, we just don't have the time in the morning to do this?
This takes about 4 minutes. And so I think
that's not too bad.
No. We have cereal in the morning, we have breakfast, we have our morning routines, and you can easily make this part of your morning routine.
And does this elevate your cup of coffee? This will sit with you for
Absolutely.
a long time.
Just a little practice, making it at home, having a few pieces of equipment, you can make an excellent cup of coffee.
And what are we going to be doing here? This is obviously brewed. It's a nice electric pot?
Yes, we have a little kettle here. We've ground our coffee. I'm brewing in what's called a Kalita wave brewer, so we have a nice, pretty little kettle here, and we have our scale.
You're big into the scale. You like that?
Oh, yeah, we like the scale. So yeah, we'll just get started.
Is there an art to the pour?
There can be. So what I've just done is just poured a little bit of water over the coffee, and this is what's called the bloom. And so what this is doing is that hot water is touching the coffee, and it's starting to extract the coffee out of those grounds. And so we let that sit for a few seconds, maybe 30 seconds, and it's going to start extracting some of that coffee out of there, and then we're going to start our brewing.
So you're not putting the entire 4 cups right on there.
Not straight in.
It's kind of like in the wine industry, is like decantering?
Exactly. You're starting to extract some of those things. As coffee is ground, it releases a lot of CO2, and so that's why you can see some of those bubbles forming.
Sure.
That bloom, how we call it, is because the gas is rising, and so we want to get some of those gases out and extract some of those flavors from the coffee.
It's a true science, Jake.
Definitely is.
Absolutely. You can see the bubbles even now. So now I'm going to start pouring. And again, there's no real art. I just do a nice little circle. And we're going to put a measured amount. So we have 30 grams of ground coffee in there. And I'm going to put 500 grams of water.
Is there a bigger kick to this coffee than, say, something you would get out of one of those big plastic bins? Or is it pretty much the same amount of caffeine?
As far as caffeine content goes, it's gonna really depend on the environment that the coffee is grown in. So not every coffee is gonna have the same amount of caffeine in it. As far as quality goes, it's going to definitely vary.
And you can taste it in every sip.
Absolutely.
So you're still pouring.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just let it trickle down through there.
Can you taste the difference
Pour
too,
again.
Jake?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely can, yeah.
What should we be looking for in taste, Drew?
Well, I think that goes to anybody's personal preference. There's light roasted coffees, there's dark roasted coffees, and some people like a really highly acidic or a really flavorful sort of floral or fruity coffee that you can find in light roasts, or some people like that smokiness, that sort of baked bread crust flavor that you find in a dark roast.
Do you find converts, Jake, where some people have been groomed on the big plastic bin coffee?
Oh, definitely.
And then once you go with this coffee, they're not going back.
Yeah, totally. And I come from that background as well. I think a lot of us, we grew up in the era where coffee was commodity. It was something to give you that buzz in the morning, give you a kick to get you out the door. And now we're coming into, a lot of people have coined the term third wave coffee. And it's people who are very emphatic about quality, and quality first and foremost. So that's what we're striving for.
Well, I can't wait to taste this. We've got about
We're
30
almost
seconds.
there,
We're
yeah.
almost there. It's just coming through. We're this last bit right
That's
here.
right.
What's your favorite type, Drew?
I like light roast coffees. In fact, I brought my favorite coffee in our shop today with this Kenyan Yara. So I'm really excited to have it this morning.
Okay, let's
Because
try
I have
this.
not had a cup of coffee.
You haven't had a cup of
No.
coffee? A guy that works for Blanchard's Coffee has not had coffee, and
I
it is
know.
now 9:30.
Too long.
Yeah,
That's
too
right.
long.
Too
in
long
Jake's
into the day.
book.
All right, well, we got our pot here
All right,
already.
let's try this. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
There you are. It's probably going to be a little hot.
There you go,
Oh,
Jake.
thank you, thank you.
Absolutely. You're a guest in our house. Okay.
But with this
Thank you, my
coffee,
friend.
it is a light roast. You should get a lot of nice citrus notes.
You
out
should
of
be
this.
drinking soon. You haven't had any
I know.
coffee yet, man.
I know. I'm trying to prepare you for
Oh, I
how
can
delicious
tell.
it's going
Right
to
here,
be.
Let's toast here.
That's right.
All right. It's a good coffee.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's so much better than the plastic bin. You can taste it. You can
A little
taste
bit
it.
better.
All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Jake and Drew.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, you can enjoy a free coffee tasting every Friday at 10 o'clock in the morning at Blanchard's Coffee Roasting Company. Thanks, gents.
You bet.
Thank you.
Here's to good coffee. Stay tuned.
Absolutely.
Virginia This Morning returns right after this.